Hello, hockey fans. Austin here with the day after discussion of the Oilers' 6-1 thrashing at the hands of the Florida Panthers. The Edmonton Oilers last night, they came completely unraveled. The game was never really even close either. Florida controlled play basically right from puck drop. They scored about a minute in. Good old Brad Marchand, he's getting on the board. The Rat King, as they call him on the internet, or supposedly. I've seen that around. I don't know. In any case, today's day after discussion is a little bit different than my usual. I usually like to go over a lot of the stats, a lot of the numbers, a lot of the different storylines, but I do want to mostly address last night's, live stream and then post-game fan reaction. Obviously, the emotions in oil country are very high right now. A loss like that probably would have warranted a full-on crash out. And anyone that did have a full-on crash out, I don't blame any of you. Now, I had a few fans ask me why I was so calm last night, but I had crash outs after Game 2 against the Kings and after Game 3 against the Golden Knights. And there's a couple reasons why, but I just want to touch on the main reason. And I have to provide a little bit of context, so if you don't mind just sitting around, hitting the like button on the video would be super helpful in just, supporting the channel. So as a content creator, that comes with a lot of different things. It comes with, the responsibility of fostering a welcoming and positive environment for my community. It comes with ensuring that everyone feels welcome and safe on the channel. It also ensures or it comes with the territory of my responsibility to, not allow certain types of individuals to find their way onto the channel or live streams and have their say be loud enough for others to be influenced by. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is trolls, online, you can call them whatever you want, trolls, bullies, whatever the case is. Last night was interesting. During the live stream, obviously, when the Oilers are losing in any game, doesn't matter if it's against Florida, Vegas, Dallas, it doesn't matter who Edmonton is losing to, there are always going to be fans of another team that show up to the stream, right? They're going to show up to the stream, they're going to show up to the post-game fan reactions, they're going to have their say, they're going to have their fun little trash talk, and yeah, I accept that. That comes with the territory of being an online content creator. I put myself on the internet every single day, so I am essentially holding that door open for those types of individuals to come through. Now, at the end of the day, though, it is my job to make sure that certain types of comments, certain types of, dialogue, certain types of language do not get through to the rest of my community. I am essentially sitting here, and my community is behind me, and it's my job to filter as much as I can before it gets to the rest of the community. And a lot of what I do, which obviously none of you will see, is, I'll filter certain comments. I hardly and very rarely ever have to ban people. In fact, last night was the first time I've had to ban, I think, more than 2 people in a single live stream. Last year, there was a couple people I had to ban, and then during the regular season, there's a couple people here and there. My whole philosophy on this channel, for those of you who tune in regularly, you'll know that I am a big freedom of speech guy. You can basically comment whatever you want. You can attack the streamer or the content creator. You can go after me. You can have your chirps. You can take your shots at me. That's fine. But I draw the line. There is a heavy line that I draw, and I will not allow people to cross it. I do not allow people to go after my community, right? There's me, and then there's the community, and the community is important to me. Last night during the live stream, there were so many horrible things being said that I had to filter out, people that I had to ban about the community, about Oilers fans, and not just Oilers fans, but the people that tune into my channel. And it was one of the roughest nights as an Oilers fan that I can remember, at least when it comes to content creation. I know I've only been doing this for a year and a half, so I know this is not going to be the first time that this happens. It's definitely not going to be the last time. And as the channel continues to grow, we've seen a huge influx of viewers and subscribers throughout the playoffs. I understand that, right? Now, last night during the stream, especially the late second and then during the third period, the whole game was an absolute crap show, right? And then there's a lot of fans that come in, they're going to take their shots, and for the most part, it's funny. I have a good laugh about it, but there were so many comments last night that were crossing the line. So many comments, and people going after people in my community last night. And To readdress the question, why did I not crash out last night like I usually do, depending on the type of loss, if Stu has a rough game, whatever the case is, last night I was calm. I was calm. I was collected. I wanted to be a bit of a voice of reason. The main reason for that is because the types of people that were taking over the stream, that were taking over the videos, were people that they are engagement farming. What those types of people try and do, what these types of trolls try and do, especially in this situation, I've been around it, I've seen it all. They are looking for the reaction. They are looking to take something either out of context. They're looking for, the creator of the channel to have a crash out, yell, freak out, and take that, post it on other pages and be like, haha, look at Oilers fans. They're crashing out. These people are losers, whatever they end up saying. I don't care what they say. But last night, I decided that instead of doing a crash out, I was just going to try and be a voice of reason, a voice of calm. Because I think last night we needed some calm on the internet. Now, a few individuals, they took that calmness as some sort of like cocky arrogance, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I promise you, last night, I legitimately was calm after the loss, but also that post-game fan reaction, I wanted to be calm as well because there are a lot of Oilers fans that are also on edge. This is not just a Florida Panther fan issue that came into play. Panthers fans, for the most part, are great. I'm not saying all Panthers fans are bad, right? I'm not saying that at all. In fact, a lot of the fans that were making horrible comments last night, very vile comments, aren't even Panthers fans. Some of them are just fans of other teams. Some of them are just random internet trolls that probably don't even watch hockey. At the end of the day, my job is to make sure that certain things do not get through to the community. And my job is also to provide a voice for the community to, lean on, right? When I have a certain type of crash out, especially with Stuart Skinner, that's something that a lot of the fans also feel, right? I get a feel for how things are during streams, during games, the online engagement with the community. Last night, because of how intense the emotions were, we're in the Stanley Cup final because of what was being said during the live stream, not only from Panthers fans, but Oilers fans too. Browsing Twitter, browsing Reddit, browsing social media, which, by the way, stay off social media for the next 48 hours until Game 4. I promise you it'll be very good for your mental health. What I knew I had to do was to just provide a space for fans to come in. They can vent their frustrations, but they don't have to witness, a certain type of energy. I try and preach positivity as much as I can. Obviously, it doesn't always happen. I'm a human, and you can't just pretend to be positive. Like, that's not something that I do. Everything on this channel, I try and be as organic and as human as possible. Obviously, sometimes during a crash out, things are played up a little bit. That's showmanship. We see it all the time. Look at Steve Dangle. We see that too. Although I will admit, those crash outs, that's what I say during those videos. They are legit. Like, I'm not lying to anybody. But last night, we needed a calmer voice on the internet. And I feel as a content creator, I have a responsibility to help influence the type of voice that Oilers fans will bring to the internet moving forward, right? So someone that may have been really on edge during the game last night, if they were able to tune in to my video and maybe take a deep breath, I even said it at the start of the video, take a deep breath before I even started talking last night. You take your deep breath in, you exhale slowly, and then you try and collect your thoughts. A lot of Oilers fans that tune into my channel, I am not, what are the cats doing? My cats are freaking out right now. I am not going to pretend like Oilers fans on my channel do not go to other areas of social media and, they'll parrot things that I say. That's what we do when we watch people on the internet. This probably is coming across as some kind of rambly video. I promise you this is not my intention, but I just wanted to provide a little bit of context for why I did a calmer video last night, why I wasn't screaming in front of the camera, and why I think it's important to protect my values as a creator and protect my community and do what I think is right for the community in a way that is healthy, right? I think some days it's healthy to have your full crash out. It's healthy to freak out and yell on the internet. I think that's healthy. I think we all need to vent sometimes. And for the most part, my channel is a place where you can do that. But when you start to disrespect not only me, but when you're disrespecting my community, and if you're a fan of another team and you're coming in right now and that's also your intention, listen, there are far better things to do with your life. I'm just going to let you know right now. You cannot get to me personally, right? You saw it last night. I didn't even engage. I didn't even react to the trolls in the chat. I am taking that power away from individuals who just are looking for engagement. They are rage baiters. They are rage farmers. They are clip farmers. All they're trying to do is find something to take out of context, find something that makes the community or the fan base look bad, like sore losers, and then post it elsewhere. And that's something that I am not engaging with, right? There are things that we can engage with. I will always engage. If you want to have a hockey discussion, I will always engage in good faith. Every single time, especially during live streams. I do it all the time during live streams. A lot of times people come in, they'll say things that I obviously don't agree with, but I love engaging. I love hockey talk. I love chirps. I think hockey chirps are great. I've played sports. I can handle that. But there were far too many comments, far too many things being said about my community that I was not a fan of. And I was taking the power away from those who were trying to ruffle feathers last night. And again, we're kind of pushing that again today as well with a more calm approach, a more objective-based approach. And hopefully, if you did watch my video last night, it did provide some sort of comfort, right? We know this series is not over. Things may feel horrible. Yes, you lose 6-1. You lose 6-1 in game 3, you're down 2-1 in the series. And obviously, if the Oilers lose game 4, well, that's almost game, set, and match. But this team has found ways to bounce back. They've done it all season long. Just when you think they're down and out, they find a way to turn things around. And the past does not mean that the present or future is going to happen. But historically, the Edmonton Oilers, led by Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and others, they have found a way to flip the script in the past. They've found a way to flip the script in these playoffs. They have found a way to instill confidence in me in a way that I have not really felt before. Last night was a game that I think we all want to forget. None of us in oil country ever want to experience that again. The Florida Panthers were better. They were faster. They were tougher. They were meaner. And they deserve the win. And if the Oilers think that they can play Florida's game, if the Oilers think that they can, be the ones that are overly physical, try and start stuff after whistles, try and cause chaos and fights, and take a million penalties and find a win, that's never going to happen. Ever. Now, to address the other comments from last night's post-game fan reaction about, making sure you don't count your chickens before they hatch. I don't know what the actual saying is. Don't count your chickens, though. This is a long series. This series is still going 6 or 7 games. That's just how it is. It's one of those games that happens in the playoffs that you look back on and you go, what can we do to ensure that that doesn't happen again? The Oilers got humbled in game 2 versus LA. They lost 6-1 in very similar fashion. The team was frustrated. They were taking penalties. They couldn't get a save. Calvin Pickard goes in when the game is out of reach in the third, gives up 1 goal. It's 6-1. Do I think Calvin Pickard gets the start tomorrow? Probably not. I don't think Knobloch's going to do it. I don't think he's going to put Calvin Pickard in tomorrow. I think if the Oilers lose tomorrow, Calvin Pickard, as a last-ditch effort, a last-chance effort to try and salvage the series, will probably go in for Game 5 back in Edmonton. But it doesn't matter what happens in Game 4 as long as the Oilers get the win. I don't care if they play poorly. I don't care if they're lucky, they get a lucky break. I don't care. But the Oilers have to get back to their game. Right now, Florida has the edge. They have the edge mentally. They have the edge physically. The Oilers became unraveled like we have never seen them become unraveled before. That was so out of character for the Edmonton Oilers. So out of character. And because of how out of character it was, that's another reason why I didn't have a full-blown freak out about it. Now, if they play like they did last night in Game 4, I'll probably have a crash out. Right? At the end of Game 4, I think if crash out would be warranted because it's like, okay, what are we doing here? But I promise you, moving forward, this is still a safe place for people to come and enjoy hockey. This is still a place that is full of positivity. At the end of every single video, I always tell everyone, I always tell all of you watching right now, I always tell you to tell someone that you love them because there are things so much more important than hockey. I also always say, fight like a kid, fight like Ben, and I always show the wristband from the Ben Stelter Foundation. And in every single video, I have a link to the Ben Stelter Foundation in my description for anyone that ever wants to click on it and donate to the Ben Stelter Foundation. And they've never once asked me to do that, right? That's just something that I care about. Oilers fans are the most caring fans on the planet. We support each other like no other fan base does. And I'm not just saying that because I'm also an Oilers fan. I've seen it. I've seen how we are in the community. I've seen how we are during the playoffs. I've seen how we are, in the comments section. Oilers fans are amazing. Panthers fans are amazing. Canucks fans are amazing. Leafs fans are amazing. Listen, every fan base has their bad eggs. But when there's only 2 teams remaining in the Stanley Cup final, there's only 2 teams left, there are 30 other fan bases with fans that, if you have some fans from all 30 teams coming in, some of those bad hats from all 30 teams jumping in on a single series, yeah, you're going to have a bit of a chaotic comment section. You're going to have a bit of a chaotic stream, bit of a chaotic moderation situation, but it's an outlier. It is an outlier, but I'm doing what I can to continue to foster a positive environment. And I hope that anyone that tunes in today, I hope I made sense, right? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I hope it made sense for some of you, right? I hope you can get something out of this. If you're one of those fans that has been trying to start stuff, you're trying to get under the skin of people, I hope you can find a way to maybe self-reflect, maybe just put a comment and be like, hey, man, you don't have to apologize, of course. I'm not saying you have to apologize, but, we are very chill here. I'm very chill. Everyone here on this channel is very chill, very relaxed, and we want to interact with more fans. I want to keep building a great fan base from fans of all across the globe. People tune in from all around the world on this channel, and it's incredible. I am humbled every day by your support. But that's pretty much all I got. This isn't even really a discussion of the game. This is kind of more of a discussion about just my approach from last night. And, not that I have to over-explain things. You guys got the idea. We will get ready for Game 4, which is going to be on Thursday, June 12th. I may have a video up tomorrow about something. I'm cooking something up. We'll see if I have it up in time or not. If not, it'll just have to wait, but that's okay. And then, of course, hopefully moving forward, we are talking about a big win on Thursday night. So we'll see y'all on Thursday at minimum. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit that like button. And, of course, tell someone that you love them. All right? Tell someone that you love them. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. We'll see you soon, Oil Country. Take care.